Joining me now, someone else who wants that DNC job, former DNC chair Howard Dean. He's also, of course, an MSNBC contributor. Mr. Dean, Governor Dean, thanks for being with us. Congressman Keith Ellison is now officially running for DNC chair. There are a lot of big-name Democrats, as you heard me just list off, who support him. Who's endorsing you?
I haven't gotten around to that yet, and he hasn't either, because not one of the people you named has a vote in this election. There's 447 people voting. Most of them are outside Washington and don't sit in Congress. Look, I like Keith Ellison a lot. I went door to door with him for his very first election. I think his politics is great. I like him. I don't believe you can have this job and have a seat in Congress or the governor's office. And this job is 80, 90 hours a week. You can't do both.
Well, just to be clear, you said that obviously none of those individuals have a vote for this job, but obviously Senator Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, among others, represent wide swaths of the grassroots of your party. So aren't those endorsements, you think, validating of why Keith Ellison may be a good person for this position?
I think Keith Ellison is a good person for this. Look, my goal is to make sure this does not descend into another Hillary versus Bernie fight. I think that's very, very important. And again, my only problem with Keith, I'd vote for Keith in half a second if he weren't in Congress. But I have seen a lot of people have seats in Congress or governor's offices try to do this job, and they have not been able to do it, despite their very best intention. This is a full-time job. It requires strategy. It requires travel all over the country. It's 250,000 miles a year I put on. I don't think this can work.
And Governor, because optics can say a lot to an audience and to a country right now, why would choosing you be looking, forward versus backward, as some people would suggest?
Well, let's look at it this way. I came in 2005. We didn't have the House, we didn't have the Senate, and we didn't have the presidency. When our team left in 2009, we had the House, the Senate, and the presidency. That was never done before. I think we need to do that. And look, I agree. I'm an old white guy. We need a fresh face. But I need a fresh face who isn't going to be distracted by what's going on in Congress.
Let me ask you that specifically. We heard from the president a short time ago. Keith Ellison, Congressman Ellison, clearly thinks that the DNC needs an ideological leader to sort of spread the party's message. You said earlier this morning on Morning Joe that Senate and House Democrats should lead on economic policy, and the DNC chair should handle what you called mechanics. But didn't this election prove, even the president reiterated this, that where Democrats came short wasn't so much mechanics, but on messaging? As the president just said a moment ago, we need to show up everywhere. We have better ideas, but it doesn't matter if they don't get heard.
You need both, and Keith would be a fantastic messenger. But if you don't pay any attention to the mechanics, you're not going to win the election. We need to look. The 50-state strategy is withered away, as it always does under an incumbent president. I'm understanding that the tech is not as good as it was when Barack Obama used it to such fantastic effect when he won his two races, which are the two of the greatest campaigns that have ever been run in American history. I know the mechanics. That's what I care about. I want to get this stuff done. I'm very happy to let somebody else be the face of the party, and I don't even care if I'm the chairman. I just want this job to be done right.
For Donald Trump, the motto was clearly "Make America Great Again," and that resonated. I traveled with him for each of the last 2 weeks. For the Democrats right now, write me that slogan. What should the Democrat slogan going forward be beginning today?
Make America fair again. Because under Donald Trump, it will not be. I want to give him a honeymoon just like everybody else, and I hope he succeeds. Some of these things are really scary. I mean, the guy he just appointed as a senior advisor is an out-and-out racist, and I'm not calling names. He's boasted about that, and an anti-Semite. I mean, this is not good stuff. And so I'm very hopeful that Donald Trump's economic policy will be reasonable. I'm hoping his approach to Obamacare will be reasonable. I understand there are going to be some changes. That's what the voters wanted, and I respect that. But we need to be there talking about fairness. The core reason that Donald Trump got elected is because our society has not treated everybody fairly, including all the working class folks that voted for Donald Trump. They know it.
I was going to say there have been a lot of people coming out to defend Steve Bannon today, suggesting that while his website was provocative, he doesn't share those views, that his are much more inclusive. Democrats Nancy Pelosi and Elizabeth Warren suggesting they're open to working with Donald Trump rather than obstructing everything he proposes. Do you support that?
Absolutely. I don't support the remarks about Breitbart. Breitbart was in charge of the page, and he has to live with what he's done. Although, if redemption is great if he'll do that. I very much support the Democrats working with Trump and not opposing everything that he does. One of the things I've just looked at is a piece that using public-private partnerships in order to create infrastructure. That's the only way we're ever going to build infrastructure. I think it's very smart. If Donald Trump came out with an infrastructure program that was based on public-private partnerships, I'd be very supportive of that. I'm supportive of tax reform. We have to do it. But we have to make the tax reform helpful to working people, not just to the people at the top, which is what's been going on while the Republicans have been in charge.
Governor Howard Dean, candidate for DNC chair. Governor, nice to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks again.